Hi, this is Chat Boxing. I'm Sean. This is a Sunday afternoon boxing podcast. I've got my man Monnie Brown with me again today. As always, how's it going, Monnie?
Taking it easy, taking it easy. Back with my brother Sean, ready to bless y'all with some knowledge.
Yeah, man, got some good stuff to talk about this week. We're obviously going to touch on the ongoing saga with Anthony Joshua and I can't remember the other bloke's name. What's he called?
You know, the baddest man in the heavyweight division that everybody afraid of, Deontay Wilder.
We talk about the return of the Gypsy King, the Furious one. Talk a little bit about AMIR Khan's return. Got
Yep.
another one. We got obviously got Carl Frampton, Nini Donaire fighting as well.
Oh yeah, hell yeah.
And then,
And we gotta watch that on Showtime on YouTube to let everybody know.
yeah. And then we've got a few big fights over in America as well. Adrian Broner against Jesse Vargas. Jamal Charlo against Jamal Charlo. Sorry,
Santino,
against is it Ugo Centeno? Yeah, Centeno. Then Gervonta Davis against is it Jesus or
Cuellar, Jesus Cuellar.
Who's Cuellar? Okay. Well, let's get started. Let's talk about the return of Tyson Fury. It's July the
Return
9th.
of the Mac.
The Mac is back.
Yeah.
July the 9th. No, it's June the 9th.
June the 9th. Yep.
Yeah,
I
it's a
think
shame actually. It's a shame it's not July the 9th because I'll be in Manchester in July and I would have gone to see
okay.
it.
Some was added to that June the 9th card too. What fight was added? It
Yeah,
was
you
a
got
fight
Terry
added.
Flanagan.
And Maurice
Terry
Hooker.
Flanagan.
Yep, that's what it was.
Yeah,
And Maurice Hooker.
yeah.
Shouts out to Maurice Hooker. You know he coming in for the win.
Yeah, I've never seen him before, to be honest. Terry Flanagan I mean, he's pretty solid. He hasn't really fought
Yeah,
anyone that great, to be honest, but he's sort of looked all right.
yeah, but he's a champion still. Though. You gotta respect him.
Yeah, I respect him, but I mean, I think the last one he won was like a vacant. So I think this one as well. So
Yep.
I like, but yeah, I'm not having a go at the bloke. Just don't really haven't seen that much
Oh
from him.
yeah,
Well, I'm going to
yeah. I
start
like
then
Terry
with
Flanagan. I thought he would have fought one of Mikey now, but let's talk about the return of the Mac.
yeah, Tyson Fury. No idea who he's going to be fighting against. To be honest, have you heard any rumours?
Now I haven't heard anything yet. I just know it's June the 9th. We know it's not gonna be somewhat big time. We know Frank Warren called for he had pulled Anthony Joshua over there. You know, he had to get all the backup and security ready for Shannon the Cannon. You know, he don't want nothing to happen. So they keep Shannon the Cannon on lockdown for some reason. But we really don't know who going to be fighting. We know it's not going to be somebody big, but it's going to be somebody you come in and get the ring rust off. But at the same time, go have some type of little competition. Because I'm quite sure Tyson Fury don't want to wait too long to jump back into the big money fights and get back in the mix of things, knowing Joshua holding on to his scraps, you know.
Yeah, one thing I would say though is Frank Warren because he's in a bit of I wouldn't say he's got a few more people. Obviously, he's got Frampton, he's got Selby, James DeGale, but James DeGale seems to be like on the slide a little bit. He's
Uh huh.
he's kind of possibly overpaying people to get them to come and box on his channel. Do you know what I mean? So
Uh
Eddie
huh.
Hearn doesn't really need to be doesn't really need to be offering Tyson Fury the kind of money that he necessarily wants to fight against people who aren't that big a name.
That,
Whereas
that's true.
potentially Frank Warren is just sort of happy to have Tyson Fury there on Box Nation, on BT Sport. So who knows? I mean, I think Tyson Fury is too competitive. He's not going to want to be hanging around fighting against no hopers for too long. So I
Yeah,
think,
especially I would say just especially wanting to get back in the mix of things.
yeah, as I get this one
And
out of the way,
heavyweight division on fire too. So it got to be against somebody. Maybe it'll be against somebody nice. Not nice, too nice, but it'll be against somebody to where he can come back in his next fight and have a fight to where he can fight a contender. And after that fight, I think he'll go after a champion.
so would you like to see him fight in the second fight? Let's say the first one, he fights against, I don't know, like someone who we've
Just,
never really heard of, no threat at all.
right,
And then
right,
the
a Joe
second
Blow.
one, yeah, then the second one, you want to see
Uh,
him fight against someone with a pulse.
I like to see him against somebody like a Taco, somebody like that, somebody in that caliber, where it can push him. Um,
Yeah.
who else I think he can fight? That's that's why I say with the heavyweight division, it's not really that stacked, man, to where you can see do this and do that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'd say in
You
terms of
got
like,
um
I would have said, to
can't
be
think
honest,
of
I would have said someone like Sam Sexton, someone like sort of UK. He's British champion, someone of that sort of kind of level. But he's fighting Hughie, his cousin.
that's the fight coming up.
Yeah, that's Hughie Fury fighting him. So that's him out of the picture. But there's a lot of, I don't know, someone like Robert Helenius,
Robert
um,
Melanius, that'll be all right.
Eric Molina.
Yep, I was
Uh,
gonna say somebody even the guy that talking about for Wilder. Damn, what's his damn name? And I
Dominic
like the
Brazil.
kid a little bit. Dominic Brazil, somebody in that caliber. He can't like even with this fight coming back, it's just a little ring rust fight. Then he gonna need a fight to just push him a little bit.
Yeah,
To check on his skills to see where he at. And it depends on what he do with his weight. Is he still gonna be getting down? So it's like that'd be an alright fight for him. Cause you can't really rush like how this fight then talking about you want a heavyweight championship belt. It's not gonna work for
no,
him.
no. He needs. I mean, the first fight, presumably, is going to be against someone who's no real threat, and he's just gonna, even if it looks poor, he's still gonna, make his work. He doesn't want to fight someone who's going to catch him cold. So obviously, it's like the
Uh-huh.
heavyweight. You know what I mean? You're not. It's not like a middleweight or anything like that. He gets hit hard. He's gonna get knocked out, which obviously derails everything. So you're looking really like the second fight for it to be against someone. Dominic Brazil will be quite ambitious, in my opinion, for it, even for the second fight. Quite like Brazil.
Yeah,
I think he's,
I like Brazil, but I don't think I don't rate Brazil that high. Yeah, all right, but I don't rate him that high, but he is a good fighter.
he's got
No.
better though. I
You got
think. I think
Pulev out there.
Pulev would be good. Yeah,
Yep.
Pulev. That's a good call. Yeah, Pulev potentially after I mean that's tough. You know what I mean? From
Uh-huh.
Pulev, obviously he's a good boxer. So is Fury, and Pulev's like a good like long range boxer. He's not going to outbox Fury from range.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
But he needs somebody there to push him a little bit. I
Yeah.
know the Dylan White fight won't happen.
Nah, no way. That's too big a fight potentially like down the road. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I
Especially
mean?
when you're talking about with Eddie Hearn.
Yeah, but that could potentially be like a sort of prelude to the Joshua fight, like the winner of that fights Joshua. If Fury like gets a couple of wins under his belt, then potentially he can sort of. I don't know. I mean, it's difficult. It's difficult to really predict exactly how it will go because as of right now, he's got like that status, doesn't he, and that support.
Uh-huh.
But if you
Uh-huh.
see
We gotta remember we got Andy Ruiz still out there.
Andy
Um
Ruiz, yeah,
there's some fights out there for the man, for him to come back in that second fight. But the first thing is get past the first fight, see what he do in that fight, see how he look. If he go in that fight though and he look 65% like Tyson Fury, I know you're on the right track. You
yeah,
know, that second fight to get him to at least 85%, and then he'll be ready for a Wilder, Parker, King Kong, Povetkin, a Pulev, a White, a Brazil. He'll be ready for the big times. And even with the third fight, he don't have to fight a Wilder. He can take one of them fights and still make some good money. But we know who he's marching for. He got march for. He want to get right back in the mix and be in, especially with the age. So and being off that long,
yeah,
you gotta try to make it happen quick.
yeah. The thing is, though, I mean, he's only like what is he 30? It's heavyweight.
Yeah, but
So
he was out for that. What was like when he got away for like 2 years?
yeah,
That's a nice stretch of being out the ring. That's a
yeah,
nice stretch. But either it can work towards you if you was taking care of yourself. We know Fury blew up big as hell, and
yeah,
it depends on what he doing on the ninth to see how long it take for him to fight again. So we know the end of 19 we can look could be more realistic of him in a big fight if everything go right in a perfect world for Tyson Fury.
yeah.
2019, the end of 2019, we can see him in one of them big fights.
All right,
And
let's go on to the AJ Wilder finish. Shall we talk about this offer?
man,
I I think it's still obviously in progress at the moment. Like it was like a first opening up the negotiations, but I'll tell you, like I think personally, he should take the deal. I mean, they're obviously going to improve it slightly, you'd think, but if Wilder really wants to make the fight, he should take it. What do you reckon?
You see that, and that's the thing right there. You say Wilder really want to make the fight, but if AJ didn't really want to make the fight as well, but I said
Well,
this,
he's
like
made
I
him.
said in my video. That's what I said in my video. We know AJ is the A side, right? And this we're
Yeah.
gonna get into it with the A side. So I never seen the B side make an offer to the A side in boxing. I never seen it. So that's what puzzled me when they keep saying we haven't got an offer from the U.S. side because an offer is not coming because we know
Um,
um
yeah,
Joshua is not coming to fight in America. The first
yeah,
fight
but
is not gonna be in America. Now
I
I
tell
just
you
want
what
to
I
say
think.
this.
Go on.
Go ahead. What you
No, I
were
was just
saying?
going to say, I tell you what that thing. I don't think that's like, oh, we're waiting for an offer. I think that's basically just sort of saying to them, you hear all this talk from like sort of like Wilder, like people have been ducking me. People, he's like thinking, hold on a minute, mate, what have you done? We're basically the ones who are making stuff happen. So how can we be ducking you? We just haven't decided to like pay you any money for anything yet because we've been doing other stuff. So basically, if you're doing all this talk about, oh, it's worth this, it's worth that, well, you put some money up then. It's basically just
Right.
pretty much showing them that we're the ones funding it. We're the ones who are basically putting this show
Doing
on.
the offer. Right, right. And I can
We're
respect that. But my thing is this. When you look at the whole situation as a whole, like be fair with them. Like because my guy got 30% in the last fight, right? Joseph Parker got 30%. We don't know what the money was. Looking at this fight, like people just throwing numbers like they said $100 million fight. That's why I respect AJ on that part, where he say they reckon it's $100 million. Like we don't know if this fight gonna make 100 million. We don't know. That's just the estimate that people say. Like with Mayweather, we know what the numbers gonna be with Mayweather already. We just can't say that with Anthony Joshua and Deontay Wilder. We know it's gonna make a shitload of money, but to make 100 million, it's a lot. You got to do a lot of promoting to go into that. You know what I mean? So maybe it could touch 100 million. I don't know. My whole thing was this: when you look at the whole thing as a whole, if I was to say 20% for Deontay, 20%, they say 12%. Some people saying 31%. This that. All right, they offer 20%. That's still a shitload of money, man. That's a shitload of money. Now he take that deal, 20%. They saying, oh, if he take the 12%, make sure this was Wilder thing. I'll take the 12%, but in the next fight, you take the 12% and give me the rest if I knock your ass out. We know that's not gonna happen. Eddie Hearn not taking 12% of
Yeah,
shit.
why would they do that?
Exactly. That's why I say he's not taking 12% of shit. And being smart and being realistic is rightfully so. But it's rightfully so at the same time for Deontay Wilder not to take no damn 12% as well. See, you can say, people say, oh, Deontay Wilder, you want to fight, Make the fight. You don't want to make the fight so bad. Well, just take the 12%. Nah, that ain't what it is.
But
Us
but
as
it's,
fans, we want to
go
see
on.
the fights as fans. I want to see the fight so fucking bad to where I might say, fuck it, man. Just take the 12%, go over there, knock his ass out. The rematch, you get X amount of dollars. But we not him. We not doing the training camps. We not doing this shit. They know how much work it take to get in. They got an estimate. They businessman to know what the fight go be, what's gonna be made in the fight. Especially on pay per view, which the fight not gonna be on pay per view over here. It depends if they put it on pay per view over here to reach that level. That's why I say I don't really know if it's gonna touch 100 million. So I can ride with AJ on that part. But at the same time, AJ and them got to make a fair offer, man. Not you can't come with that man with no damn 12%.
Yeah, but
That's a
this
swindle.
but this
No,
12%,
but that,
this 12%,
that's
it doesn't.
Eddie
Where's
Hearn way of swerving. Eddie Hearn know how, like his favorite word is swerve him. You got to swerve.
where,
Like that's his way
where
of
is this
swerving.
12% coming from? 12% was just
You
a
say,
sort of made up figure, wasn't it? It's not actually
yeah,
based
it's the
on any.
first number to throw out. Yeah, it's the first number. Just throw the number out there, see what happens. And
For
seeing
example,
you make a
no,
counter offer.
but it's not 12%. 12% isn't a real number. There's not like that much money on the top. This is just someone else. Someone has said, oh, it could be like. It's not like this is the pot. It's just pure speculation. There's no real nothing to suggest that it's $100 million.
Right.
You know what I
Nothing
mean? That's
suggests that it's
why.
a hundred
That's
million
why
dollar fight.
Joshua's. That's why Joshua was saying, if that's the case, if you think so, you put the money up then. If you really
and bring
think
me
that,
50
put the
million.
money on
And
the table, then you
I
50
respected that theory. I respected that theory from Joshua. But us being smart at the same time, us being smart, we know how much. I wonder how much did he gross in the Parker fight? How much he gross in the Klitschko fight? You know what I mean? Because them was his
I
two
think,
biggest fights. But
yeah,
we
I think the
know.
Klitschko.
Go ahead.
No, sorry, mate. Finish what you're going to say.
No, I was gonna say we know. Like we know if we using our logic, Wilder AJ is gonna surpass those fights. Would you agree with me? Would you agree Wilder versus AJ would make more than
I think it will
just
I think it would definitely
you say?
surpass the Parker fight, no doubt. The
I think it'll
Klitschko one,
surpass the Klitschko fight.
I'm not. You've got to remember, mate. Like the Klitschko one, I think that was pay per view in Germany. Like that, Germany's a massive population. They brought a load of money to the table from Germany. Klitschko is huge all around. Klitschko, like you could say now, like in the UK, it's going to be a big fight. Like Klitschko, Wilder, like right now, obviously Klitschko was bigger at the time. Wilder's sort of bit more notorious now than he was. In the UK, it's probably similar. In America, it's obviously going to be bigger, but in Germany, that was huge, and Germany's a massive market, plus the rest of the
That's
world as
true.
well. So
That's
I
true.
don't know
But
if it's going to be bigger than Klitschko. I don't know if like Wilder's never done a pay per view on American TV. Everyone says that Joshua's a nobody in America. So
no,
how are
that's not
these?
true.
They're
Everyone don't say
not
Joshua's a
nobody, but
nobody over here.
not a
People go
nobody, but
off of people go
it's
off
not
of
Mayweather
buzz.
Pacquiao, is it? And it's not even like
No, hell
Canelo.
no. Nothing. That's why I say it won't be Mayweather Packard. That's why, and I look at. That's why I say when you really say $100 million fight. But what do Eddie Hearn do when a fight get made? It's pay per view in the UK, right?
It'll be pay per view in the UK,
So
yeah.
I'm quite sure the tickets will not be cheap, bro. I'm quite
Yeah.
sure that Eddie Hearn will find a way to boost the ticket prices up. You know, he gonna find a way to boost them prices up, and that pay per view gonna go up more. I don't think like a fight like this is the biggest fight in boxing, bro. Hands down. Hands down. Like even though you say Canelo, Golovkin, it had the little spark behind it. But once this fight get made and you put the UK versus America, and once you start promote, that's why I say it's all about the promotion of the fight. Where you take the fight to promote it, what you do with the fight, and how you market it. You know, so if you market this fight the right way and they promote this fight the right way, it could reach 100 million. It's just if they put the money behind it to do so. You know, so that's how Mayweather fight always get up there. They market it the right way, but we know Mayweather got the name. Everybody wants to see him get his ass whooped. That's a character. But
But
with
forget,
Deontay Wilder and Joshua, people want to see Wilder lose. Everybody, it's a lot of people want to see Wilder lose. You know,
I
so
suppose from Hearn and AJ's perspective, they're like, look, we're willing to take this risk and put the money up on the sort of UK style because we know like what the market is, we know who's going to support us, etc., etc. In America, it's completely unproven, isn't it? Like not
but
like
it's not
Wilder or
it's
Joshua have
not that
never.
it's unproven. It's not that it's unproven. It's that we know that fight not coming to America. We know
No,
that.
but
We
in
know that,
terms of
Sean.
pay
That
per
fight is
view.
not coming to America.
No, but in terms of like pay per view, for it to make like 100 million, you're talking like pay per view in America, aren't you?
That's
You're
true.
asking
That's
two
true.
people
That's why I say.
who've never fought
That's
on
why I
pay
say
per view.
this. That's true too. But that's why I say the second fight will be bigger than the first fight because
Yeah,
if
that's
they
true.
go
Yeah,
over to the UK and that fight be a bombshell, then you can sell that fight as a pay per view in America. You know,
exactly.
it's all
It's,
about do Al Heyman want it to happen like that.
especially if Wilder won. You know what I mean? If imagine if he beat Joshua, because obviously there's
Yeah,
the rivalry and there's like the UK is like sort of taking over boxing. That's one of the reasons why a lot of people now are like sort of getting
the UK
like,
not
oh,
taking over boxing though. We know that for a fact, Sean.
well, come on, mate. The reality is there for in terms of heavyweight boxing. Let's be
Yeah,
realistic.
heavy. You can say heavyweight boxing.
But that's what
There you
boxing.
go.
That's what boxing's all about, isn't it? In America and in the UK, no one cares about like
Yep.
bantamweight, none of that stuff. So
Yep.
basically, like Deontay Wilder has got the opportunity to come over and basically like potentially like bring the torch back to America.
Yep.
So if he did that, then you'd think, okay, now that would be big. Now that would definitely like. So he's got a big opportunity to back up all this talk. You know what I mean? He
That's
said, "Oh,
true.
it's all
That's
about
true.
legacy. It's all about
That's
this."
true.
You've got an
And
opportunity,
I
mate,
and I
and
said this. I
the
said this too
money
though.
to be made as well.
I said this too. So I said, and this is what I believe. Like I don't care about nobody else's opinion. Everybody gonna have an opinion. Even if Deontay Wilder knock out Anthony Joshua, Anthony Joshua will still be the bigger draw. You know, he will still be the bigger draw. because that's how loyal the UK fans is, and they gonna follow. Now, once you come to America with that fight, like I say, if he got to win in impressive fashion, but you can make that happen on pay per view. You know what I mean? If they market it the right way, we know the UK go travel, cause we know y'all gonna want payback bad as hell. You know, seeing y'all man go down, cause he is going down. He's going down, and y'all gonna want to get us back in America. Like if we get y'all in the UK, y'all gonna really want to get us in America, and they go travel, and it's gonna be for one hell of a fight. And I say then you can go 50-50, or maybe Deontay can switch up and get a 55-45, but we know that's not gonna happen. But 50-50 fight, that's what it'll be, 50-50.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah, and that
and a
would be
lot, and a
perfect.
lot, and a lot of people. Oh, how can you say that, man? Y'all gotta understand that's a lot of fucking money, man.
Yeah,
That's a
that would,
lot of money.
and that would be reasonable, mate. Because then, like Wilder would have the win, he'd have all the belts,
Yep,
but
he'll be
Joshua would have to
undisputed
bring in
champion.
like most of the fans.
Yep,
So
yep, but
50-50 split. I don't think anyone, any reasonable person, could argue with that in the rematch if Wilder won.
yep,
But
that's
what he
true.
should do now, I mean, he was. That's the thing, mate. This is the problem. When you're someone like Wilder, I know you like. Well, I sort of like Wilder to a certain extent, like in terms of him as a person.
Look, I
But
like
when
Wilder. I
you
like
talk
AJ.
this
I'm a,
much,
I'm, I'm a firm. I'm not this biased ass person that.
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
I'm
I know
just
that.
you know what I mean. But I'm a fan of Anthony Joshua, bro. Anthony Joshua is great for
Yeah,
boxing. His style is great for boxing. Anthony Joshua can fight. The Parker fight, I had him winning easy. I don't know what everybody's saying. I seen AJ outbox the shit out of Parker. It was a good ass fight. Parker fought, you know, but I had AJ winning that fight with ease. Like I seen a lot of shit. Like Parker, he did do some good things, man. He did some good things in that fight, and I give him credit. He's a hell of a fighter. He's a world class fighter. He took away the knockout streak, you know. But I seen the little fur in his eyes in that fight, and I seen AJ countering. I seen AJ, man, I mean, with good hooks, good boxing ability. A lot of people gonna be mad at it. They want knockouts and this and that, but you got it's the sweet signs. AJ showed some of the sweet signs in that fight, and I applaud him for that. You know, and because I'm a fan of him. But with this fight, it's not going to be that. You know, so when we say those things, a lot of people they be on the back burner of this because you know once it start, if that fight get built, it's gonna be the UK versus America. UK,
yeah,
everything good over there with the fans. In America, everything gonna be good with the fans, and nobody is gonna be in until the fight happen and everything play out to see what really goes on.
yeah. One thing I would say about the in terms of like the split, when you're someone like Deontay Wilder, this is the problem. When you talk so much, obviously we all know this. You talk too much, you talk yourself into a hole. So he's always saying, "Oh, I do this. I'd say nothing. It's all about legacy. I don't care about money." And he's made such a big thing of it. And let's be honest, mate. He's been pretty disrespectful on the way some of the stuff he said. So people like Hearn and AJ, they're probably just thinking like, "You know what, mate? We don't owe you anything." Like basically,
That's true. They don't owe them anything, but
you
the
said that
nature
you
of
would
this
take.
sport, the nature of
Yeah,
the sport
exactly.
is the best fight the best. And even
Yeah,
even
but
with him talking
okay,
shit, Sean, it don't
yeah,
have to
but
be a
like
gentleman's sport. Sometimes nobody. It's
that's true.
he respect AJ. Trust and believe he respect him. But
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you trying to get a fight and hype that bitch up, you got to do what you do. But at the same
Okay,
time, being
but when you're in
being
a position of power, when you're in a
sometimes
go on.
go ahead, Sean. Go ahead.
I'm saying when you're in a position of power and you hold all the cards, and you've had someone basically going around running their mouth for so long, talking about how bad they are, how scared everyone is, how they'll do this, how they'll basically fight in the car park for nothing, blah blah blah. You think, all right, mate. Well, there you go. Here's basically like I don't even know if it's like $12.5 million or £12.5 million. If it is £12.5 million, then there's nothing to talk about, is there? If it's twelve and a
Yeah,
half
because
million dollars, then we can
it's
debate. But
yeah. I
basically,
think it's
he's
gonna be
there,
pounds.
he'll
It's gonna
do
be
it.
because it's happening in the UK. But
Yeah, he's in a position.
he in a position of power to so far. Anthony, it's not like he just hold all the cards now. He in a position of power so far because Deontay Wilder still got the WBC heavyweight championship belt. You understand? So it's not that he do got he is the A side where he got cards that he hold, but Wilder got power also because he is the heavyweight champion, the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. And AJ talked about being undisputed heavyweight champion of the world. And AJ also talked about taking a pay cut to make the fight happen. And that's what I'm looking for AJ to stand on his word. That's why I respect him. And I saw the interviews where he say he would take a pay cut to make the fight happen. And after Parker, Wilder was next. Those are AJ
12 and a,
words, you know.
yeah, but if all you can do is basically make someone an offer to fight, you can't force Wilder to fight. Do you know what I mean? You give him like sort of £12.5 million, or let's even say it's dollars. You basically say, I want to fight you. You send someone over a contract. You say, here's like an X amount of money, much more than you ever made in your life, a chance to sort of be the man, basically, with a rematch clause. What more can he
Well,
do?
you can say like this is the thing. See, that's that Mayweather theory of I'm gonna give you X amount of dollars, and that's the highest amount you ever made in your life. At the end of the day, even with me, you still going to make the highest amount that you probably ever made in your life as well. So I'm still bringing things to the table to where the dollars still estimate up to a higher point to where I do deserve more than what y'all trying to give me. And we all know that. Even you know that, Sean. So it's
I
like,
know.
all right,
Just
you
a
can make
comment.
this money. You can make this money with Parker. You can make this money with this person. But with me, and even with my hype and me talking all this shit, even like you say, people want to he doing this. He's saying that he being disrespectful, and people want to see on your side. People want to see Joshua knock his ass out that much more better. So it's really going to draw. So at the
But
end
I
of the
think
day, make a fair offer.
I think Sporting Icon said Joshua will be 5 million short because he'll have to pay off Povetkin anyway, which is possibly true. I'm not sure
Step aside
exactly.
money. I
Yeah, I mean
respect
that's
if he pay off for Vec, and I respect that. But Wilder did that before too, where he's going to pay off Stavern to fight. So I respect him. I respect him. That means he want to make the fight happen. That means he want to make the fight happen. But even with that being said, it's still gonna be a lot more money. That 5 million ain't gonna
okay. Well,
estimate. And 5 million is a lot of fucking money.
going back to what I was saying about the sort of like the respect thing, I think like someone like Joshua, he's the kind of character like you see the way he reacts to stuff. Someone like Parker, obviously Parker and his team made a couple of comments about his chin and all this, and they kind of wound him up a little bit. But at the same time, Joseph Parker is a gentleman. Someone like Deontay, what his whole thing since like the Klitschko, he's just been constantly having. He said stuff about like Eddie Hearn, like some quite bad stuff. He said like that Joshua's on drugs. I mean, I think Anthony Joshua is the kind of person to sort of hold a grudge to some extent. I just think
Well,
basically,
guess
off,
what?
mate.
Knock him the fuck out, then.
Yeah, yeah,
Get
you
him in
will
the
knock
ring
him
and
down.
knock him the
He's
fuck
not
out. But
overpay
the
him. He's
thing is
not
still,
going to overpay
but
him.
look, but Sean, these are things that ain't like these things been said before by other fighters.
Yeah,
That ain't
yeah.
like nothing out of norm. But I understand what you're saying too, where you got somebody that's just talking shit about you constantly. That's the nature of the fight game. I don't
I
have
know
to be
that,
your
mate.
friend. I don't have
I
to
know.
kiss your ass or say, "Oh, Anthony Joshua,
Yeah,
he's
yeah.
just like that." That's the nature of the game. So, but at
I
the end of
agree.
the day, we still in the same heavyweight division. You are my enemy. I'm trying to
Yeah,
take food off your plate. You trying to take food off my plate. At the same time, we making money with each other. But
yeah.
when
I
it's all said
agree.
and done, we shake hands, and even through the build up, it's gonna be a sense of respect there. But we'll see what happens once the fight get made. But Deontay Wilder, that's his character. It's not like that's somebody fake. Like that is him. If he say those things, and we might not even agree with the shit he's saying, but he a grown ass man. We can't make him not say what he say. But that shouldn't be a reason to stop a fight or to lowball a man and say, no, we're not gonna make the fight happen because of this. Because it make look and everybody gonna say this. Oh, he didn't take the 12 million. He didn't want to fight. He didn't want to fight. We know that's what it's gonna be. So it's gonna be like you say. He talks so much to where it be damn if you do, damn if you don't. If you don't take the money, then it's gonna be because you didn't want to fight. Really, you talked all that shit. Then why didn't you just take the money and fight? But on the other end of it, it's like shit. It's way more money to be made, and I want my first share. You understand? I want my first share. I'm not dumb, but you will talk yourself into a hole when like you said, when somebody got the A side and he got the power and he got what's the word I'm looking for? He got options out there. So he got options.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm really swindling you. I got options. So if you want to fight, you take this. Otherwise, we go this way. So at the end of the day,
Let me sort of
go
clarify
ahead.
what I'm trying to say from Joshua's point of view. I agree with you about all this. Like, not everyone has to be like sort of like nice to each other and like all friendly and all that kind of stuff. Of course they don't. But I'm just saying, like from Joshua's perspective, I don't think he respects Wilder as obviously as a potential opponent, but I don't think he really likes him, respects him as a man. I think he's got. I don't like. I think he doesn't like the way he carries himself, the stuff he says. I think he's basically got a bit of contempt for him, the way like his career's gone, and the way he sort of sees him as basically a bit of an opportunist who hasn't really done anything, kept his head down like while they were like the sort of Klitschko's about and all that. Suddenly piped up when he saw an opportunity to make some money, saw an inexperienced champion, suddenly became like the baddest man on the planet. I think he's just like,
Well,
basically, I'm in the
see,
position I'm in, and I'm offering you a fair offer. I'm not giving you any more than that. Why should I? Why should I?
I
If
say,
it does make
I
like as
say
much
this.
money as you're saying, and I do think that's what he's thinking. I think quite a lot of people see it like that as well. To be honest with you, I think
See,
that's
that's the thing when they say Deontay Wilder haven't done anything. When you look at the resumes, bro, them resumes not far apart. Like I said, Anthony Joshua, he a younger
they
kid.
should be.
Yeah, he
They
did it in
should be.
lesser fight. Look, he did it in lesser fights. Like I say, the only thing about it is, man, he got the gold medal and he got his country that stand behind him, and he pull in the dough. He pull the money in, and I don't knock Anthony Joshua. Look, I don't knock no man for their position. I actually salute every man for their position. I don't knock the way a man get into their position. I don't knock their position because Anthony Joshua, he's doing what he's doing, and he's doing it damn well. I salute Anthony Joshua. You understand? But even with that being said, when you look at everything and you put it on paper, the resumes are not far apart. The level of competition is not far apart. Like I say, he won his belt against Charles Morton, who won the belt off a man who fucking twisted his leg, and Charles Morton didn't really fucking land a punch. Deontay
Who was?
Wilder won his belt from Severn, a person that was way more skilled than a Charles Morton. You know?
I mean, Stavern won a vacant title as well, didn't he?
No, no, I'm
After the
not.
real
No,
champion gave it.
I'm not saying winning. About
Who
talking about
was?
when they the level of competition that they fought to win
Who
the
was?
belt.
Who was
You know?
Wilder fighting? Who was Wilder fighting at the same time at the sort of equivalent time of when he fought Charles Martin? Charles
That
Martin is the
that's not the who was AJ really fighting after Charles Martin, and who did he fight? Like, okay, if you look at the resume, bro, and if you
he
look at
wasn't
the
fighting,
level of competition,
he
listen,
wasn't fighting
Wilder
people like
got
Jason Gavin.
Wilder. Okay, he got Dylan White, Charles Martin, who was a champion. He in history as a champion. You can't knock that. Takam, Klitschko, and Molina, who they both fought against each other. You look at Wilder. Wilder got Stavern, Molina, Chris Arreola, who was a champion. You can't knock Chris Arreola no way. He got Arthur Spielker, who was a hell of a fighter and undefeated, that was fucking gritty as fuck. You got Gerald Washington. Can't knock that fight. Uh, I got to go down the resume and look at more, but I looked at the resume. You can't compare like them level of competition. Like you can match them up with that person, and they'll match up just fine, bro. They'll match up just. It won't be like too far. And down, and my man Luis Ortiz, King Kong, him and Klitschko at the time. Klitschko was the bigger draw with the bigger history behind him, but skill wise, Klitschko's skills wasn't fucking with Ortiz at the time they fought each other, bro. So it's not like that. But the thing about Joshua is he got the charisma, the look, the fan base, and he pulling in the money. Deontay Wilder talking shit, become the villain. This, that, and the third. Joshua the good guy look, but Joshua, I respect him because I see his gangster. He is gangster. He is a killer, and he respectable, and he do kind of try to have his demeanor off principles. You know what I mean? And stand as a man and doing things in a gentlemanly way. But you can't knock Deontay Wilder how he go about his business neither, because
Well,
both of them that you in a hurt business. You can't
but
knock somebody how they go about their business.
you say they're kind of similar in terms of, I'll tell you this: if Anthony Joshua had the same record as Deontay Wilder, he wouldn't be in this position that he's at now. If he was fighting people like Jason Gavin and who his other characters that we'd never heard of, like 20, 25 fights in, he wouldn't have a big crowd behind him. He wouldn't be on like pay-per-view. He wouldn't be in a position where he could offer Charles Martin like whatever
But
money they
still,
paid him to
if,
take that
if,
risk.
if Anthony Joshua
He
could
was
have fought,
taking on unbeaten fighters early
Anthony
on in his
Joshua could
career.
have fought potato wedges, man, and y'all was gonna support him, bro. The
No, no,
UK
because
people support him.
yeah, we do, mate. But like he was sort of he still had to sort of fight people like early on, people like Gary Cornish, who was like unbeaten, UK domestic level. Dylan White, very early on. There's people like Kevin Johnson came over. These were quite deep. And who was it? The undefeated in a row, like Gary Cornish. Then it was Dylan White. Then who did he fight after that? After it was after Dylan White. I can't remember. They were unbeaten.
Charles Martin not the big
Charles
boy.
Martin,
Yeah,
Dominic
Dominic
Brazil.
Brazil.
These were all
Who?
like unbeaten fighters
Listen.
early
Charles
on in his
Martin,
career.
Dominic
You
Brazil,
can't
Erg
you can't
Molina.
see that with
Look,
Deontay White. You can go like sort of
but
four fights and there's
this my
people.
thing. This my thing. This is my thing. Charles Martin, Dominic Brazil, and Erg Molina are all going to sleep if they fight Deontay Wilder as well. You
Not
know,
if they
Dominic
fought him after
Brazil
12
was
fights.
17-0.
Well, after about
His
15
style is
fights.
nothing. Yeah, but
After
even
about
even
15
with that, even
fights.
with those styles, even with those styles, they would have been going to sleep. And you know what? If
No.
Deontay Wilder was to fight him over, they'll still say he fought nobodies because the level. Look, the level of Eric Molina, Dominic Brazil, and Charles Martin, it's the same level as the competition he been knocking out. It's nothing.
But it
They
was
level of
after about
competition is
15.
not.
If
They
he'd have fought
ceiling is
them
not that
then,
high.
if he'd have fought those people then, he would have had to improve, wouldn't he? He fought these people
Oh no,
after.
no, that
Mate,
power still his power
if
don't
he'd fought
change.
Brazil in his like 15th fight, that would have been a very, very tough fight for him.
Brazil is nothing. I ain't gonna say he's nothing, but
What was Deontay Wilder after 15 fights? It's only like literally in sort of 37th fight where
Wilder,
people think,
Wilder,
actually, yeah,
look,
he might have a chance of beating someone good.
Wilder would have knocked Brazil out in his second fight, bro. Brazil
Well,
is
maybe,
his
maybe not.
style. Brazil's style to Wilder style is not going to be that much. It's not going to be that much. It's not going to be that much.
Will
It's
be. I
not.
mean, he's
I'm telling
definitely.
you, he went to the Olympics. I like Brazil. I know Dominic Brazil. I like him, but it's not like that. These kids' style is just off the chart. You know what I'm saying? It's not that. It's not what you think it is. No.
All right, but let's
But
okay.
I do. I respect them, and I don't knock them. I don't knock them at
Let's
all. You
all right.
know.
Let's agree. Let's agree to disagree on terms of the records because we obviously disagree on that. But let's talk about in terms of creating like a fan base and getting yourself in a position to fight for stuff and getting opportunities. The way like Wilder's got about 15 like managers. He's, do you know what I mean? Like the way his career has been managed, he hasn't really built up anything. They haven't invested any money in him. Eddie Hearn and people like that, they've invested a lot of money. They paid loads of money to Charles Martin to come over. Do you know what I mean? To win that belt,
And
to put himself in a
that's
position
true.
where you
That's
can
true.
then
I think
get like people
five
like
million
other
dollars. I can't knock that. That's why I
there's
say I don't
investment
knock
money.
a
Do
man
you know what I mean?
position. That's his position. That's why I say Anthony Joshua got a position that he in. I don't knock his position. I don't knock his team. That's hard work. He did what he had to do to get to where he is. Like I say, he do it damn well. Anthony Joshua play his role damn well, and he's a hell of a fighter, hell of a fighter. But I'm the type. I'm not gonna jump too far off the charts and say, oh, Anthony Joshua did so much in the boxing for his resume that he outshined Deontay Wilder. No, I'm gonna say it's the way the what he got behind him, this fan base, and the way he carried himself, the look and the gold medal, all that play a big part as well. Deontay Wilder don't got all that, so he got a bronze medal, but he don't got the, like I said, the big fan base over in America because so much shit they go on over here. And even in the boxing in America, people love other fighters so much because there's so many champions over here and so many superstars that they gravitate towards certain superstars that they don't really rally behind Deontay Wilder. You got even legendary champions don't even like Deontay Wilder. They want to see Anthony Joshua beat him. So that's just how America is, man. But when you go to the UK, you won't find that. You'll see legendary champions probably pulling for Anthony Joshua to knock out Deontay Wilder. So it's a different type of support. And that's just what it is over here. But for as you say, in the boxing ring, for his resumes and doing things, nah, he ain't jumping off the scale too far over
First
Deontay
of all,
Wilder.
first of all, he's basically doesn't have like a padded record full of people that no one has heard of, which is a big difference. Also, he's generally looked a lot more impressive in doing it. That's got a lot to. I'd say this. Surely this is in
It's,
America.
it's, it's
In
no
America,
way to look more impressive if
you've got the you've
if
got in
he look,
America.
he
You've
knocked
got
out
the
everybody except one person. Deontay Wilder knocked out
yeah, but he's
everybody
got
except one
yeah, but he's
person.
been pretty much
It's,
outboxed by like
it's,
people who
it's,
are.
it's no there's no other way. Hey, a knockout is a knockout. Is he knocking out people more devastating than Deontay Wilder?
No, but he's not looking good doing it. If you
Okay,
come from a place where
but
you've got like
but
the likes of
but
Mike Tyson,
is
Larry
he knocking them
Holmes,
out more
Muhammad Ali,
devastating? So
yeah,
it's
but
like
people,
you can
to
outbox
me,
him, but it's a 12-round fight, Sean, and it doesn't matter about the getting outboxed. It's about the W at the end of the day. Who got the W? Both of them still undefeated. Look, like I told you, I'm a fan of Anthony Joshua. Boxing skills, good jab, but he in the ring is not jumping off the charts. But
one
go
thing
ahead,
I would
Sean. Go ahead.
say, one thing I'd say, America, like look at the sort of history that you have there with like heavyweight boxing. So you've got people like, as I said, Tyson, Holyfield, Larry Holmes, Riddick Bowe, like in sort of recent years, going back down to like Ali, Fraser, George Foreman. It's not that surprising to me that the American boxing fans aren't that impressed
No,
by Wilder.
it's not that
Which is
they
what a lot
it's
of
not
people
that they
say.
aren't that impressed. It was back then, Sean. the heavyweight division was everything, bro. You had the lower weight classes that was stacked with legendary champions, but that's when the heavyweight division was on fire. Like Wilder brought the division back in America. You know, AJ came and AJ did it over in the UK, and they bring it back. Like this era, like come on now, how long has the heavyweight division been in a slump before Deontay Wilder in America? Who was coming back in the heavyweight division was sad for a minute, man. It was sad. Like I used to look at the heavyweight division like, damn, I just love boxing. I don't even want to watch the damn heavyweight fights. Chris Arreola was sad it over here, you know.
Anthony
So
Joshua
it
should
was in
be
a
a
slump.
hero in America.
You
He's
say
brought
would he
it
be a
back.
hero?
And no, he should be a hero because basically, if it wasn't for
No,
him,
no,
then
no,
Wilder
no. It's
wouldn't be
not just
getting
because
it.
no, it's not just because of him. Deontay Wilder stepped on the scene before Anthony Joshua, and
Yeah,
even
but he
though,
was.
like I say, he didn't have a buzz, this and that, he still was bringing excitement with the knockouts. That's something you cannot deny. He was bringing excitement to the heavyweight division,
But
and he was knocking motherfuckers out, and you can't knock that.
people weren't
You
talking about
can't
the
knock
only
that.
people weren't talking about a few people are talking about and generally saying, "Oh, when's he going to fight against someone good?" That's the truth. So since Anthony Joshua, he's obviously got a lot more fire. People are like wanting to see him because they want to see him fight against Joshua, basically, and that's why he's become a topic, really, like in a you could say not mainstream, but like mainstream boxing. So I think like this opportunity he's got now, that he should snatch it with both arms. Obviously, like they're going to slightly go back and forth, and potentially he can get a slightly better one. But I think he should basically just sort of take, if he really does want the fight, just take it like slightly improved offer.
Yeah, no
In
doubt,
an
no
ideal
doubt.
world,
That's why I say, look. But would you agree 20% is a fair deal?
yeah,
Twenty
I think
percent, right?
that'd be fair. Yeah, I wouldn't have a
Yeah,
problem with them
I feel.
doing a percentage.
Yeah, that's
Even
what I say.
30%, I'd say that would
Even
be.
30%, yeah. But with me, I say because I feel like I feel like if they go to 30%, I don't think the fight gonna happen. I pray he
But
get 30%. I know a lot
that
of
would,
people say he need 30%.
if I was the one like this, if this was like a court and I was the judge, decide, I would say yeah, 30%, fine. But at the same time,
70-30.
I certainly don't knock like Joshua and Hearn for saying, well, basically we're in control. You're basically trying to sort of ruin this for us. You're basically taking the piss. Here, just take that. It's a decent offer anyway. If you don't like it, then you go and fight against Dominic Breazeale for like $1.5 million. That's obviously what they're thinking, and I can't really knock them for that the way it's gone. But if you're asking me
See, y'all,
personally what I think would be a fair deal, I'd say yeah. If they said like 20, between 20-30%, yeah, then why not? It's not
see, that's the
unreasonable, probably.
difference. Y'all won't knock him because Wilder was talking shit to him, and y'all feel like Wilder being
Not
disrespectful.
talking,
But
not
no, no, no. Listen, y'all not looking at it as the best fight in the division. See, that's why I say it's different thing. To us, we looking at it, it's the best fight. To us, it's like, okay, if Deontay was, I mean, if Joshua was saying all this shit about Wilder, we'll be like, man, get his ass over here, knock him the fuck out. We got the power, we got the money, we
yeah,
confident in what we do. Pay that motherfucker the money, get him over here, Wilder, knock his ass the fuck out. And that's the fight we want to see you fight, Wilder. He talking all that shit to you. We don't want to see you fight nobody, Wilder. We don't want to see you fight nobody but Anthony Joshua. And we go stand on it and we go push his ass to fight Anthony Joshua for talking all that shit.
and then
We
you,
ain't gonna be like, you know what?
and then,
He
and
talking that shit. Starve his ass out. Let him
then,
settle on the
and then you'd
sideline. Let
offer,
him watch you make money.
and then you'd
No,
offer
that
like
ain't how we
12,
get
and
down.
then $12 million, and he goes, sweet as mate, like let's get a flight book, let's go over there and get it done. Wouldn't be
Yeah,
messing
12
about.
million is a lot. 12 million is a lot of fucking money, but 20% is more, and 30% is more as well. Like I
Yeah, but
say, even with the Wilder name, it still boosts that money up higher.
everybody's saying they want to see the fight. All the people are here, like me, like everyone, pretty much is saying that we want to see like the Wilder fight next. That's a dick $12.5 million, or if it's £12.5 million, then fucking hell, that's serious money. If it's $12.5 million, that's reasonable. He said you want to fight him, sent him an offer, boom. It's up to him. Does he want to take it? Is he the baddest man on the planet, as he says, or is he the baddest man on social media? Time
But look,
to
that's speaking as a fan. But speaking as a businessman, you said he deserved more money, right?
But he's
Now,
got a big
look,
deal. He sort of
no,
talks himself into this. He's
listen,
making these
not
claims.
look, we go get away from the mouth and all that. We go talk as the
He
business
could take
side
anything.
because we know they both got teams. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
at
well,
the
that's
end
the
of the day,
problem, isn't it?
you get
Wilder's
the
got
12
about
million.
35 managers.
They don't have nothing to do with nothing. But he got a team, just like Joshua got a team. So at the end of the day, you still got the promoter, you got the manager, you got the man that's doing the business. And we know Al Heyman is a smart fucking businessman. Smart, maybe the smartest to ever touch boxing. That's why they want him out so bad. So when you got a man like that that's doing a business, and he know like he good with numbers, so his estimation of the numbers is gonna be, and he probably not off that far because he's seen this shit happen. But at the end of the day, you can't knock the business side of it. Of course, um, even some of us, even some other American fans saying, "Man, you talked all that shit, do this and do that." It's out there, but it's still a team and it's still a business at the end of the day, you know. And these motherfuckers getting punched in the face. So we can't knock a man for saying, "Oh, I think I deserve more of this," or "We know the offer need to be more." Even though what Deontay Wilder said, and he probably mean what he said, but on the business side of it, it's not gonna fly like that because you got a business team that's gonna say, "No, we're not gonna rock like that." Even though y'all can say you can go fight Brazil for 2 million, go fight him for this. Even with Anthony Joshua, he can go fight who he want to fight and what he can make 18 million, 20 million. But if you fight Deontay Wilder, it can be up to 50 million or 60 million. So what you
But,
gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So
but how's he going to make that kind of money without like a big like US pay-per-view at 5 o'clock in the afternoon? It'd be on over there, wouldn't it?
oh yeah, but it's still going to get watched. Trust what? That's why I say
Well,
it's
like,
how they promote the fight. It's up to Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn talk a lot of shit too. So promote the fight. Oh, Wilder, this is the fight. This is what the fight look like. This is the big thing over here. You're sitting over there selling out X amount. Well, promote that motherfucking fight. Boost them ticket sales up. Boost that pay per view up, and let that motherfucker ride out. And it's gonna make the money that you're looking for. Cause y'all are going to pay for it at the end of the day. People say, "Oh, if he can sell that fight for 100, well, how much is $100 over in the UK?"
I don't know, probably about 160, maybe off the top of
Put
my
that
head.
put that bitch for $80 over in the UK. They just sold that fucking
No, sorry, what am I
UFC
talking
shit for
about? Sorry,
$70.
$100. Sorry, $100 is like what about I don't know. $100 is what, like 60 quid, £60 or something?
Well, put that bitch for £60 over in the UK. A lot of people gonna say that's a lot of fucking money.
People
We're
aren't
not
going to pay.
paying. Listen. They
Aren't
gonna
gonna pay
say that. Listen, they gonna say we're not paying that shit for no Wilder Joshua. As that fight hype, as a hype, and as it get closer, and on that
that.
Saturday of
No,
the fight, you'll be surprised, bro.
no,
You'll
no,
be
it wouldn't happen,
surprised.
mate. It wouldn't happen. Like the pay per view, like £20. That's basically what people will pay. People aren't just going to suddenly
Hey,
pay 10 times as much. It's not like
you know how
if
much motherfuckers
Muhammad
pay for
Ali,
McGregor and Mayweather? What they pay for? I'm telling
if
you,
you could, you
people
could
said
invent
the
some,
people
you could
said they
invent
weren't
some
gonna pay
time
for other
machine.
fights.
If you could get like
Once
Muhammad
that
Ali
fight come,
somehow back in his prime and then have him fight, maybe they could up the price, but not for
so
Deontay Wilder.
let me ask you something. And let me ask you something. Would you pay for it when the fight? If it's hype, it's hype. He talked the shit. You say, of course not, man. I
I wouldn't
promise you,
pay
bro.
60.
When
It's
that
20.
fight,
No, I wouldn't pay more for it. No, why should I?
man, when that fight come on, they gonna pay. The people gonna
Well, they're
pay.
not over here. Not in England. They won't. They won't pay more than the normal price. Why would
Well,
they?
Eddie Hearn better find a way. Eddie Hearn better find a way to promote that motherfucker to what they will
He doesn't
pay.
need to. He doesn't need to. He's
He the
basically
businessman. He the money man. We making all the money.
he can give
Joshua.
more money to Wilder. I mean, it's
He
all
need to make a
sorted.
fair offer. He need to make a fair offer.
It is
For
a fair
me,
offer.
with me, I'm gonna say take the shit and go knock his ass out. Come back to
Yeah.
America, get a 50-50 split. Like I say,
I,
the manager side over there, they not gonna do it because they do the numbers. We just looking. We can say we can project this and project that. And even my guy Joshua can project and project. Until the fight happens, we'll never know. It's all about the hype of the fight, the promotion of the fight, and where you take that bitch to promote it to. Eddie Hearn got deep pockets. His pockets deep. Fly that jet to Germany, all over Europe, and promote the fight. Pay them dollars and see what happens. You got to take a chance. You got to take a chance.
someone just said, okay, Fat Apples earns no more than 14 million US dollar. Yes, that's a slight improvement. 14, that's like what, 1.5 million more. So 14 million. Yeah, I mean that is if it was like slightly improved. For that, I mean, he's getting it's not just the money. It's the opportunity, isn't it? What did like Mayweather
Opportunity
get
for both.
against like De La Hoya? He got like quite low, and after that, then he started. You know what I mean? You need to get your name out there. That's a good. That's
Oh,
a
look,
load of money.
no doubt.
What's the
No doubt.
alternative?
No doubt.
What's he going to do instead?
No doubt. But it's all about
What
like I
would
say,
you
you talk
do
a lot
then?
of shit. You got a lot of shit, but if it was me, give me 20%, and I'll make the shit happen. You said 30%. I said 20, and let's
Well,
make it happen.
yeah, I'd say yeah, 20, 30. I mean, whatever they want to pay, but like it's up to them, really. Isn't it? I don't think if they're like really taking a piss, giving him like peanuts. But
But
I
we
don't
know,
think
we
they'll
know
take
it.
him, and is that
We know that's
unreasonable?
what Eddie. But we know that's what Eddie Hearn doing, though. We
West.
know that's what Eddie Hearn doing. We know
Yeah,
that's
of
what
course.
Eddie Hearn doing. We know that's Eddie Hearn's style. We know he's trying to stall him out and show, oh, we got the cards over here, mate. You don't want it, then fuck off. And we'll just do what we do. Because we know Eddie Hearn is a little afraid. Joshua's not afraid to fight. We know Eddie Hearn is afraid of that fight. So with Eddie Hearn, I want to make the most money I could, just in case he come over here and knock my golden boy clean out the ring like he go do. You know, he gonna knock his head all the way to your city. You know, and Joshua's going to say, why the hell did I take that fight? No, but Joshua not afraid to fight Wilder, man. It's all about Eddie Hearn and his business side, and he want to keep as much money as he could, man.
And Wilder's
Eddie,
people as well. That's the thing though, because like, he's got so many different people that like potentially you've got like same way like me and you are disagreeing about this now. He's got like 3 people that I know of who are like on his immediate team. Basically, who says they're all on the same page? Do you know what I mean? They could be.
Shelly, he got Shelly Finkles, he got Lou DiBella and Al Heyman. That's what's on his team.
Yeah, so they've all. I mean, but I think like no, there's another like Jay Diaz, whatever he's called. I think like Lou DiBella, he's just the sort of events manager, isn't it? He's not really involved in the
Well,
decisions.
yeah, he just no, not really in this city. Just like
And
the promotion company that Al Heyman, you know, he uses them. They do good business with each other. But really, Shelly Finkles and Al gonna be the big dogs.
yeah, but you know, you potentially got different people with different views, wanting to make their money their own sort of reasoning behind it. But we'll
Yeah,
see.
it's just
Boxing today. It's got
they
me
got views,
today. How's it going?
but
I can't wait for
just
Fury's return. Yeah, me neither, mate. We talked about that earlier.
oh, that's somebody in the comment section.
Yeah, got Mr. Boxing today, and they're saying can't wait for
How you doing,
Fury's
Mr.
return.
Boxing today? Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We can't wait neither, man. We were just talking about that. Who will he fight?
That's another thing, obviously, with Fury in, because obviously
Exactly.
Joshua's the one who makes the money, isn't he? So Tyson, that's another big option for Fury for Joshua. So really,
Yep. I mentioned that. And that's another reason for Eddie. That's another reason for Eddie Hearn to lowball Wilder because he know the Fury fight is right there in the making. And that fight, we know that fight will sell in the UK and they will make a shitload of money. You know, so we know
But
that's another reason he can be lowballing Wilder because he can say, you know what, we can swerve
it's not.
Wilder because Wilder is
It's,
way more dangerous than Tyson Fury. Swerve him, and we can go
it's
after
not
Tyson
Apple's
Fury.
saying. It's not Eddie Hearn. That's a standard business tactic that Heyman has been offering Mayweather opponents for years. Golden Boy do the same with Canelo. Exactly. They're all at it. They're all obviously businessmen, aren't they? None
Oh,
of them
no
are
doubt, no doubt, no doubt. I don't knock the business. I don't knock the chess moves. I would never do that. I would never knock the chess moves, and I respect them. But we know this fight need to happen.
Yeah.
We know, and
Yeah.
we waited long enough. And I say that on the simple fact of it's 2018 now. This the heavyweight division. The winner takes all. They become undisputed heavyweight champion of the world, and they can get that rematch going. That's why I say the thing about boxing is we think because they fight each other and they lose the first time that it's not going. It can be a hell of a fight for the rematch, and even if you lose, it's the way you lose. The people still want to see you fight again. So
Yeah.
we just got to look at it like that, man. We can just cross our fingers, pray they come to a conclusion, they can get the deal done, good percentages, and make this fight happen, man. And we can get this show on the road.
Mr. Boxing
I know
today said, I don't.
we've been going on with this for how long?
Yeah, sorry. It's quite an interesting conversation.
Oh, no doubt, no doubt.
Yeah,
Especially when
we've
it comes to
been.
the UK and the US. You see how we is? The
Yeah,
UK and the US. You see what it is? They go pay for that
yeah.
fight, man. They go pay
Get,
for it. I'm telling you,
get me
because
and you commentating.
we go talk that shit. And
Okay, here we go.
every UK fan over there is going to want that bragging rights. We're tired of these fucking Yanks talking shit. Knock him the fuck out, mate, and let's go on. And man, he put that fight at least $70, $70 to $80. Let's go sell, man.
Bought an icon. So why do you keep saying low ball? Wilder said he only wants AJ and don't care about the money. He should take the offer, or he lied. Joshua make big money anyway and let Wilder fight Brazil. It's true, mate. He's put himself in this position where he's going on about it, doesn't care about the money, and he kept saying it. People are going to hold you to what you say.
And we got to hold AJ to what he say too, because he said he'll take a pay cut, and he said Wilder
He
was next. So that means if he gonna take a pay
made him
cut,
an offer. He made him
make
an
a
offer,
perfect
hasn't he?
offer, make a perfect
Well,
offer, not a shitty offer. But
Yeah.
at the same time, I'm look at it like this, bro. I'm look at it like this. Hopefully, they come to an agreement. See, when Wilder said those things, he said, "I will take whatever they give me. If in a rematch, they will take the same offer." Those
But
was his
why should they
words,
do
right?
that?
But
Yeah.
we know that's not going to happen with an Eddie Hearn. It's not going to happen with Anthony Joshua.
Yeah,
We
cool.
know
Not.
that's not going to happen. So make a that's what he's saying. If they was to take the same thing, so if y'all not going to take the same thing in a rematch, then make me
Who? Yeah,
the
but he's
the
not in a
the
position to
the,
be
the
like.
offer you should make a champion, bro.
Hold
That's all I
on, let me.
say.
Mr. Boxing today saying that he thinks it's going to be AJ against Povetkin, Wilder against Brazil. Then after that, AJ versus Miller, Wilder versus Mandatory. I think this will go on for a year and a half. He hopes he's wrong. I hope not. I mean, I don't know how much more of this I can take.
I hope
I
you're
might
wrong
have
too.
to. I won't be. Probably have to leave YouTube if that's the case.
Yeah, if they do that, if they fight two fights after, I won't even worry about them fighting no more. Whenever it happen, it happen. Yeah, I want to be sticking
Yeah.
around for Wilder to fight two more fights, and he getting older, and no, I ain't with all that. When it happened, then it happened. I'll fall off that train like Keith
Have
Thurman
you
and Earl Spence. I'm not even worrying about that fight no more. There's other
have you
fighters
heard
come up and
have you
huh?
heard anything from Povetkin? Any comments from him? What he said saying about all this?
No, I never heard anything from
Obviously,
Povetkin. I
they
just
could,
know when he
well,
mandated the mandatory or something.
yeah, I mean, they can potentially force a mandatory, can't they? I mean, I don't know
Yeah,
if,
yeah.
and obviously they've got
I'm
like a lot
quite
of money.
sure. I'm quite sure Povetkin is a smart man to take some step. If it's 5 million, take that step aside, and you still can fight the winner. You know what I mean? So I don't know. I
Yeah,
don't know, but Rebecca got a billion that behind him, so they doing smart business over there. They'll figure something out.
that's the thing, though, mate. If it does get to a purse bid, Eddie Hearn is not going to beat like that, whatever his name is, that Russian bloke.
Oh no, not at all, not at
So they
all.
could
I would agree
they
with
could
that.
they could get him over to Russia,
To
which I don't
Russia,
think they
yeah,
could
yeah,
do.
yeah, billionaire, yeah, billionaire. They was gonna pay Wilder 7 million to come to Russia and try to push that boy full of steroids, and he still gonna get knocked out. No, let me take that back. Let me take that back. Let me not say that about the man, but we do know he got caught with steroids in the system plenty of
All right,
times.
should we talk about the last ones then while we're here? Because obviously we've been on this subject for
Oh
quite a
yeah,
while.
oh yeah, oh yeah. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's start with AMIR against Phil
Philip
Greco.
Greco.
How do you see that
I
going?
I see a Mercon win the unanimous decision. Philip Greco, he can fight, but he ain't on the Mercon level. I like Philip Greco. I like his energy, And don't get me wrong, look Canada people, don't kill me for this. But he's not on the Mercon level. I know people gonna say, a Mercon don't got a chin. Philip Greco don't have a big punch like that neither. And a Mercon is faster than him, slicker than him, more skilled than him, more smarter than him. And I think Philip Greco, he'll be in there, he'll do a little few good things, but I think it's a whitewash for Americon. I think Americon just go, he want to put a beating on him for the little wife comment and things that happened at the press conference. Now, I will say this, if Americon just get in there and just think he go bulldog Philip Greco, because Philip Greco is a come forward fighter, and he a little rough house, try to make it rough and tough for you. If he gonna try to go, fight him, he might make Philip Greco look better than what he really is in the ring. So if he get in there and just beat us, the American that we know, the fast hand boxer, move, take you there, body shots. I think he can put him down a couple times, and he can beat him up, man. He can beat him up for the 10 rounds, or he can beat him up to where the ref in the corner might say, you know what, it's enough. But I don't see him knocking him out or nothing like that. But I pick American unanimous decision, whitewash.
Yeah, he should do. But obviously, I mean, how long has it been? That Canelo fight seems like it was years ago. When was that?
Yeah, it's been years, but how long has it been since Philip Greco fought too? I pick a American that was off for 2 years over Philip Greco that had two fights and been active still. But I understand what you're saying. It's been a while. I think it was like a 2 year stretch for like a
And it,
year, almost 2 years for
and it
American.
was yeah, and it was a pretty brutal knockout, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was. But he's not coming back against
No,
a big player.
no, of course not. But still, the thing is, even Chris Algieri managed to like sort of put it on Amir Khan and bully him a little bit.
Yeah, but with
Chris
that
Algieri,
style, American, he fought him. He fought him, and Philip Greco don't got like even Chris Algieri got more skill. I'll pick Phil.
Yeah, he's got
I'll
more
pick
skill.
Chris Algieri. Yeah, but we know Phil Greco a bigger fighter. He more bigger.
That's
You know,
yeah,
he
that's the
more
point.
bigger and he tough. He is tough, but he don't pack a punch. You know, like he don't pack a punch. So I
No, but
don't really see no danger.
Chris Algieri's got more skill, but he literally just sort of bullied Khan, didn't he?
Chris
He's like
Algieri, a little
very
140 pounder.
strong, he can't punch. So the Greco, you think, could do that at least to make it uncomfortable for him. I don't know. I mean, I
No, that's
expect
why.
Amir
No,
to win.
but not. That's why I say though, Chris Algieri. I mean, not Chris. Sorry. That's why I say if Amir Khan get in there and fight him, like not being Amir Khan, like moving speed, like outbox him, because he can outbox him just easy, and it'll look like a sparring match. That's what I look. I look at that because I just see, like I say, Phil Greco. He needs somebody to stand there with him and fight him for him to look good. And if Amir Khan stand there, you know, and like punch him and try to sit down on his punches and get the knockout, then you'll see Phil Greco having a little success, and he'll look better than what he really is in that ring. But I give him credit. I'm quite sure he's working his ass off to go in there and try to land that big punch because he feel like Amir Khan don't got a chin. But I just don't see him landing that big punch, and I just don't see him doing nothing with Amir Khan. Even with Amir Khan being off the little long layoff.
That's the sort of a disadvantage Amir Khan's got against anyone, isn't it? Because anyone goes in there against him with a bit of confidence. You know what I mean? Which sort of
That's true. If you
helps
got
them
a,
out.
if you got a punch,
He's
if
a
you got a
big name.
punch,
Yeah, but it's sort of over exaggerated, isn't it? How bad Khan's chin is. People literally just think they
yeah,
can
like I
sort of
say, he got caught
tap him
against
and knock him out.
Prescott. He got caught, and when you look at it, Prescott and my guy Canelo, the one that knocked him out. With Danny Garcia dropped him and put him down, but he was stopped on his feet at the same time. Even though he went down, he was stopped on his feet. So, and the American always doing good, and it was except for the Prescott fight, even in the Danny Garcia fight, he was having success, and he was having a little success in the Canelo fight as well. Just he got too confident in himself. With somebody like Phil Greco, I don't see Phil Greco really sitting down and landing one of those shots on the American. I just don't see the power in Phil Greco to land one of them shots to put him
No.
down. That's what I don't see.
No, if Amir Khan beats the Greco, which he should do, I mean, realistically, what's he going to do? I mean, obviously, like Kell Brook is the only. I mean, he's not going to. I mean, Keith
They was
Thurman, we don't
talking
know.
about. I know they was making little things about him fighting Terrence Crawford next. If Terrence Crawford was to beat um, the Australian boy, you know they was talking
Yeah,
about Terrence
Jeff
Crawford
Hall.
in the American. I don't know how likely it is to happen, or if they really real about it. But we know they've been having conversations about that, and we know he mentioned Earl Spence name, which you know that's not gonna happen. Kell Brook, that's why I say I like the Kell Brook fight, man. I feel like they need to make that fight happen. Like even
Yeah,
if they don't make it happen next, I feel like they need to worry about each other. Like Kell Brook trying to get a rematch with Earl Spence or with the boy Jamel Charlo. I will put Kell Brook in another fight where he can come back and get more comfortable, and I will put Amir Khan in another fight to where he can get more
yeah,
comfortable. And then in that third fight, let them fight each other, man. For the UK people and even the US people, that'd be a hell of a fight. And then after that, the winner go on and do something better, you know.
yeah. All right, let's talk about Broner, Vargas.
Bronner and Vargas is going to be a good scrap, but I see Bronner coming back in that fight. You know, we had some little high sources that said over over in the Mayweather gym, you know, the Devin the Dream Haney, the up and coming kid, you know, people were saying that he was over there, you know, whooping that man ass, whooping Vargas ass and Spawn. And we know it's just Spawn, you know, but if Devin Haney over there doing that to you, I see Adrian Broner coming out and winning the unanimous decision. I don't see him knocking him out or stopping him. But it's gonna be a good fight because Vargas can fight, man. Vargas got the body snatching behind him. He got good body work, um, a good jabber. Got a nice little punch. If he catch you solid, but we know Adrian Broner is not gonna get caught solid. We don't know. We don't know. But I look at that fight and I say, I see Adrian Broner's got the more skills. He got to let his hands go, and I just see him outboxing Vargas. But Vargas will have some success in that fight. I will say that he will have success because he will look at the blueprint and try to bring on the pressure and try to maul Broner. But I don't think he's big enough to do all that. You know, he come from a small weight class himself. He ain't the bigger 147 fighters. And if you stand there and box, he's not a better boxer than Broner. So I see Broner winning that fight in a unanimous decision. What you think about it?
Yeah, I see Vargas winning. To be honest, I think he's going to be too busy for Broner. I don't see Broner
Right.
being able to, his sort of style of like sort of pop shotting, and like, I don't think it's really going to be enough. He doesn't hit hard enough to sort of keep him off him. I don't think he's got. He, he tries to sort of imitate like a lot of Mayweather's like style, but he doesn't have like the reflexes or the brain basically to do it. So
Mm-hmm.
I think like Vargas is just going to outwork him. I don't know. I think it's going to be a good fight. I think Broner's. Thing with like Broner, he's gone from like being, in my opinion, like massively overrated to massively underrated. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah, that's I like that little analogy. Yeah.
Yeah. At one point, everyone was saying he's like the next Mayweather, and he's this and
Right.
that. And like
Right.
now,
But
you're
then he went
looking
from all
at
that from losing to where it's
and
like
now he's
whatever
like
fight he go in,
this
and then he
fighter
got
we've
the
ever
big
seen.
fight. Right,
Yeah.
he gonna
See,
lose any big fights. I like that. I like that analogy. Right, but I,
and
I just
he,
I just look at this fight. But I'm gonna say this, Sean. I'm gonna let you go. I'm sorry to cut you off. But the thing about Brownie is he switched trainers, so now he with Kevin Cunningham from St. Louis, who worked with Devin Alexander. And one thing about Kevin Cunningham, he a no-nonsense trainer, and he got Brownie on his game, man. He got him on his shit. Like we heard this from sparring partners that was sparring with Javante Davis. People in camp that's looking at him saying he on this shit. And like my boy Corey said, shouts out to my bro Corey, Mr. Al TBA. This ANSBC movement we got is moving a little bit. But like he said, you haven't seen anything from Adrian Brown in the news after that little incident in the mall, which shows that he focused. Which shows that he focused. And you see him back with his wife, and he looked happy. So the only thing with Adrian Brown, man, is he gonna let his damn hands go. That's the only thing we don't know because he get in camp, he look good. It's all about once you get your ass in that ring, would you let your hands go? And if he let his hands go, I see him winning this fight easily, unanimous decision. If he let his hands go. And one thing about Kevin Cunningham, he will yell at your ass and he don't play them games. So I feel like this gonna be a great Adrian Bronner, and I think people will fall back in love with him after this performance. Is what he gonna do after this, after the win. I don't want him to get carried away and lose his head like after all his other wins and get careless. I want him to stay on weight and stay in that gym. But I do look like this will be a unanimous decision for Adrian Broner.
if he does win, it's going to be a very good win for him because I think a lot of people now
Yeah,
have pretty much washed their hands with him, haven't they? They think that he's, never really got the
yeah.
potential. He's a bit of a natter. He's finished. I don't know. I think he's going to put up a decent fight like he normally does. Because even when he lost to Madonna, to be fair, he didn't disgrace himself. I mean, he
There you
sort of
go.
got,
There you go, Sean.
got
I'm,
a bit
I'm,
of a
I'm happy
beating.
you. I'm happy you one of the mans that acknowledged that, man. That's why I like you. I'm happy you one of the mans that acknowledged that.
Do you know what I mean? I think he's someone who's got a good spirit about him. Do you know what I mean? And when he's always going to give a good account. He's never just going to batter him. But I do think someone can just outwork him. Basically, I just think
I want
I
to
don't
ask you
know.
something, Sean. If when you look at Adrian Broner, right, being the youngest to win 4 world titles in 4 weight divisions. And you can give your honest opinion on this. Do you look at him if he was to stop fighting right now as we speak? Would you put him in the Hall of Fame?
Um, I don't know
Because
about.
the Hall of Fame is off accomplishments.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. I mean, technically, he's got like yeah, 4 weight world titles, world champion. I
Right.
mean, what of them? I'm not sure who's his best win. Like, who
Um,
did he win those
we
belts
have to
off?
say Paulie. We might have to say Paulie.
Yeah, I
Paulie
mean,
Malignaggi.
I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't say so. I mean, you could definitely make a case for him being in it just based on the amount of titles that he's won. I think if you
Right.
really look into it, you look at who he beat for those titles and those situations. I don't know. I
But
like.
look, this is the thing. We know going to the Hall of Fame is based off papers and accomplishment. So when you look at it on paper and you look at the accomplishment, what would you say? Because
Yeah,
that's
if you
what the Hall
don't
of
know,
Fame based off of.
if you don't know like if you don't know like who the people are and you just sort of literally look at the statistics, then
Uh
yeah,
huh.
it's definitely quite impressive. But I
Yes,
think a
sir.
lot of this
Right.
stuff, if you really look at it and you sort of think, okay, well, what was the opponent? What were the circumstances? I don't. I mean, he was the best. I definitely remember him being the number one lightweight. He beat DeMarco, and there
Uh
was like
huh.
him and Ricky Burns. Ricky Burns didn't really seem particularly up for fighting him. He was definitely the number one lightweight at that point. And then he
Uh
jumped
huh.
up to, but apart from then, he went up to, since then,
47. The fight beat
yeah,
Paulie.
yeah, he beat, that was sort of, you know, very close, wasn't it? And then he obviously fought Madonna, and then since then, because he was such a, I don't know, just such an arrogant character. Everybody just really wanted to see him fail, didn't they? So when he did lose to Madonna,
Right,
everybody
right,
loved it. They really like rubbed his face in it, rubbed it in his face.
right.
So I
But
think since then, people
I
are,
say yes. I say yes because on paper. That's why I say like you can't judge people if they characters not going to the Hall of Fame, or you can't look at the situation and say where who he won the titles from because he did beat two champions and he won two vacant belts. But even with that, he still won the titles. Like you can't help how you win the titles. That's why I say you can't knock the position people be in. Like with Anthony Joshua, like you can't knock his position. That's why I say you can't knock the position people be in. And on paper, and that's why I say a lot of people might not like who he fought, and they might not like how he got his titles. But at the end of the day, he still was the youngest to win 4 world titles in 4 different weight classes, and that's something you can't
yeah.
overlook. And on paper and the accomplishments, I feel like he's a Hall of Fame. It's like you can't deny it, regardless of if you win or lose out of his career. But that was
Yeah,
just that. We can stay on track though. You can put a little
yeah.
more insight in though.
If you take into account, like, I didn't really think about the age, then yeah, like, fair play to him. He was, that's the problem, mate. Do you know what the problem with Broner? Like, for me, I always sort of
What's
think
that?
that he almost started to believe that he actually was Mayweather. Do you know what I mean?
Mayweather. I agree. Hey,
I've said this like 100 times. He
it's
started
irks my
thinking
nerves
like,
sometimes.
because Mayweather, he was like thinking, oh, like Madonna can't beat me. It's almost like because he can't beat Mayweather, he can't beat me. He might not be able to beat Mayweather, mate. He'll beat the shit out of you, and that's
That's
basically like
true.
the way. Do you know what I mean? That's when you
Right.
have to realize you're not this
That's
person,
true.
mate. I can start going around like think I'm a big like, so I love like Anthony Joshua, and I'm sort of like, oh yeah, Wilder can't
I,
beat like Joshua. Doesn't mean that he
yeah.
can't beat. You know what I mean?
Right. Right.
No matter how much I sort of imitate someone, I'm not that person. I haven't put in the years and years of like
Yes.
sacrifice and
That's
dedication
right.
to get. I've just sort of
I
like all
said
the,
those things myself.
and you want to basically just
Man.
take the shortcuts, and that's what fucked him to me. Like
Yeah,
he's
the
just
spotlight.
very.
He was so young. He was so young. That's why I say he got the spotlight so young, and he looking up to
He,
his idol so much to where it took
he
over him a little
all
bit.
those achievements were his. You know, you see it a
Yep.
lot. People start to think that they've achieved a lot, and they don't have that kind of. As they say, like over here, like in football, you just see a load of people like going around like really like flashing, like thinking they're the bollocks. Basically, mate, you sort of finished like 11th in the league and got like and qualified for the Champions League a couple of times, earning a lot of money, but you're not fucking like Messi or Ronaldo. Do you know what I mean? You haven't achieved anything yet.
Exactly.
Stop
Exactly. Or
talking
Cristiano
about
Ronaldo.
it. So, well, yeah. Anyway, all right. Well, let's move on, shall we, to the man like
Uh,
Jamal Charlo.
Jamal
Looking
Charlo
forward to
fighting Hugo Centeno.
yeah,
Hugo
Charlo.
Centeno, he a good character, man. He a good fighter. But once I saw him quit, I saw Hugo Centeno quit against J Rock, Julian Williams. He had got a cut under his eye, but J Rock was heating up on him and tagging his ass. And he went in there acting like he couldn't see, and he gave up in that fight. You know, then he came
Yeah,
back. He knocked out the kid Ali, which was he was a subpar fight. He was okay, not a high commodity. You know, he knocked him out, and that was a good win for him. And now he up against Charlo. You know, Charlo one of the baddest boys at 160, one of the biggest jabbers, one of the biggest
yeah,
punchers, nice mover, got some boxing skills, and he got
yeah.
a attitude that want to hurt you. So I'm gonna roll with Charlo by knockout around the 6th or 7th round. But Centeno he can fight though, but I just feel like Charlo is on another level, and that boy mean right now, and them Charlo boys they only getting better. So I got him going in there proving the point, knocking out Hugo Centeno in the 7th round. Your thoughts
Yeah,
on it?
yeah, mate. I'll go like Jamal Charlo, 100%. I think Jamal Charlo's gonna win probably by knockout. I like
Yeah,
his
I'm not.
I like his demeanor right now. Both of them. I like they've got they seem to move very hungry, really trying to make a name for themselves. Old school sort of style. Do you know what I mean? Just going around trying to like take on all comers. At least that's like what they seem to be trying to do. We'll see how
Yeah,
it plays out. I like the style of the Charlos. I like their meaner mentality. I think he's on a
yeah,
mission. He's got something to prove. He's gonna bash up Centeno, to be honest, and then move on to bigger and better things.
yeah. Hopefully, Danny
Danny
Jacobs or
Jacobs, Billy Joe Saunders. I
someone.
want those are the two fight honest. Obviously Triple G, but Triple G, he's getting towards the end of his career now, isn't he? So I want to see Billy Joe Saunders fight against Triple G. Then I want to see
I wouldn't mind
Jacobs
that fight neither.
Saunders. Jacob Saunders and Charlo. Obviously, you got that other bloke,
Yeah,
haven't you?
mix
I
it up.
can't pronounce his name. The
The
mandatory.
the Demetrius Andrade and you got Derevchenko.
That is it. Yeah, Derevchenko. That's who I like him. Andrade, like he's. I mean, he hasn't fought at that weight yet, has he? He's just sort of. I like him. I like what's seen of him, but he's just sort of. I don't know. I don't really
Yeah,
know
he
like what
just
to make.
he getting mismanaged, man. He just letting his career slip away.
He just never seems to be fighting.
Yeah.
I do like him. I mean, the last time I remember seeing him fight was against your man Jack Kulkai, was it?
Yeah, but
I
after
don't know
that,
if he did
that was he had won the belt from. But yeah, his last fight was against Atlantis Fox. That was his last fight. He looked good against him. Atlantis Fox is a tall fighter. He looked good
Yeah,
against him, but yeah, he got to get the ball rolling with his career because he's slipping.
yeah. I mean, I don't mind. I like Charlo. I like the Charlos. To me, my favourite, like them and Errol Spence. I
Yeah,
like Jarrell Miller
yeah.
as well. These are like the fighters, American fighters that I like at the moment. I like Terence
Okay.
Crawford as well.
Oh yeah,
Quite
Crawford a
like
man. Crawford a man.
yeah, Crawford, the Charlos. Yeah, Jarrell Miller. I like Jarrell Miller. Looking forward to his fight coming up as well. But yeah, for
I
me,
like. Let me tell you this. Jarrell Miller. I was screaming the Joshua versus Parker fight. Jarrell Miller, he was in there talking with me. We was all in there talking. He had Parker winning. I say, I don't know how you had Parker winning, sir.
yeah, I think he's just winding people up, isn't he?
Yeah, I think he was talking like, man, we was in there. We had like 3,000 people. I was top live, Sean. I had 3,000 people in the live, man. We was going. I was screaming the fight, man. They was happy as hell. Anthony Joshua bring them out. I will admit that, bro. Every time I stream an Anthony Joshua fight, man, it go crazy,
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah. That's what I'm
But
saying, mate.
yeah,
UK take over.
nah, just in heavyweight,
Nice
just
here,
in the
mate.
heavyweight, just in the heavyweight. I will give you that in the
Don't worry,
heavyweight.
mate. We won't forget you. Don't worry. We'll tell our grandkids about how there used to be big fights on in America.
What we got next? Javante Davis
Right.
against Jesus Cuellar.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
that's gonna be a good fight. Um, a lot of people don't like Cuellar, man, because he coming up in weight. You know, he a former champ. He lost to Abner Morales. Then they had a close fight, and they just count Cuellar out because they're looking at Javante Davis, which I do got Javante Davis winning, but a former world champion I would never count out. And I know this guy Cuellar. He's tough. He's an Argentina from a down in Porter town, so he's very tough. He can punch. He got like 18 knockouts out of 24 fights, somewhere around there. The man can punch, So Tank got to be mindful of that. Cuellar, he been off for like almost 2 years layoff. So people saying they using that. But Tank been off almost a year himself. So we'll see what happens, man. Like it's gonna be a hell of a fight. I do got Javante Davis winning. I will pick him by stoppage, but like I say, we want to see what happens in the ring. I do pick him by stoppage, but I think that fight go surprise a lot of people on how tough Cuellar is because he is a tough dude, man. I like Cuellar. I've been a fan of Cuellar. He bring it. He's not afraid, and he can crack, and he believe in himself. So once you got a former world champion that believe in himself, you can never count him out of no fight, man. You can never count him out of no fights. But I think this fight gonna surprise a lot of people. It's gonna be the first fight on the card. It's gonna be entertaining. It's gonna be rough and rugged. And I do pick Javante Davis. And I will say this, Javante, if you don't let this Lomachenko talk get to his head, we gonna see how tough he is mentally. So we gonna see what happened in the ring. I got him winning by stoppage too, but I'm still looking how tough the kid is with all this Lomachenko talk going around because that could affect, the way you try to look in the ring. You try to look too impressive, and you end up looking dull a little bit. So I'm taking Javante Davis by stoppage around the 8th round, and I think that fight might be the best fight on the card. I do.
yeah. I like Javante Davis. What I've seen of him, he's he's obviously a very good puncher, but he's got a good style about him as well. Obviously,
Mm-hmm.
his mentality is a little bit questionable, isn't it? Like, wasn't he sort of
Yep.
training like Mayweather? And then he sort of like fucked off back to where he used to live, and he was like hanging around with a load of his old mates, getting into mischief and stuff like that.
Yep.
He's been with hasn't he been training with
Kevin
uh,
Cunningham, he had left his trainer, went to Kevin. He trained with Adrian Bronner, with Bronner,
yeah,
with
that could be
Adrian
good for
Bronner.
both of them.
They
I mean,
with Kevin Cunningham. Yeah, it could be. We gonna find out. Like I say,
it
Kevin
could be
Cunningham is a strong. Like he was a policeman in St. Louis, so he a non-nonsense man. Kevin Cunningham is a non-nonsense man. So one thing about in that training camp, it's gonna be a hell of a training camp. Now in that
That's,
ring is a different thing. We're gonna find out.
yeah, yeah. I think Davis has definitely got the skills to win. I think he should win. In terms of what he does after, what do you make of all this stuff? Like them talking about Mayweather wanting to fight Lomachenko.
I look at it as Javante came out, said some words about Mayweather, saying that they forced him into the Pedraza fight. They thought he was gonna lose the fight. They were trying to set him up to lose. He was saying things like he made it this far on his own, and he gonna continue to making it on his own, to where he was discrediting Mayweather and the Mayweather promotion. And we know Mayweather, man. Like I tell everybody, Mayweather can be an Andre son of a bitch if you try to get under his skin, man. He can be one of the nastiest, Andre's person that you can ever meet if you try to, you know what I mean, dismantle him or speak shit about him. So I think that came out of feelings, because Mayweather's son came out. He had made a quote to Javante Davis, calling Javante an ungrateful motherfucker. He wasn't nothing before my father got to you, and you weren't complaining when you won the belt. So we know if the son talking like that, then you got to be hearing the daddy talk like that. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I feel like it came from Mayweather feeling like he was being disrespected by Tank. And like, if you think I'm gonna put you in a position to lose, when I was putting you in a position to win, which is true, he put you in a position to win, and he put you in another position to be world champion again. Well, I'm gonna see what you can do against Lomachenko. You know what I mean? I was taking the flack, and Javante Davis wanted to fight Lomachenko. I give him that. But Mayweather was the one holding him back, saying, "No, we're gonna move you in a different direction." So now you're like, "All right, if you think I'm gonna put you in a lose-lose situation, you want to be a big dog? You want to be a big man right now? We gonna see what's up with you then. If you beat that motherfucker, then I'll listen to you. That's how I look at it. But since you want to talk shit about me, we gonna see what's up this fight. And that's not even saying the fight gonna happen, but it's just Mayweather in his feelings, I believe, and saying, all right, we gonna see where you go with it, kid. If you keep talking shit, we gonna make this fight happen. Even though I'm gonna be pulling for you, and I love you like a son, but if you want to listen to other people and feel like that you're a boss and you can do this and you can do that, well, we just go find out. And that's how I look at that situation.
Yeah, I don't know, obviously, like the ins and outs of what's going on behind the scenes, but it did seem to me a little bit strange when I heard Javante Davis saying that. It a bit didn't
Yeah.
really seem to be like looking from the outside, like it seemed to be a bit like he was talking a lot of bollocks. And at the time, obviously, he was like hanging around with Broner, who was obviously falling out with
Yeah.
Mayweather. But you know, saying that, I don't
Yeah.
really know the ins and outs of what's going on. And what I would say is that I definitely wouldn't be surprised. Like Mayweather seems to me like the kind of person who I don't think he would like to see people do as well as him. Definitely not better than him. I don't think that means that he's gonna sort of try and do badly by people. But
Nah, Mayweather took a liking to that kid. Like, he really do like Tank. He look at Tank as a son. He really mean it. Like, when they say he don't want to see people do better than him, or just like, it's hard to take a lot for somebody to
he's
do
not
better than Mayweather.
he's not
You know
gonna
what
do
I mean?
better
It's
than him
gonna have to take a
anyways.
lot. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly, bro. Like,
I don't, go on.
it's gonna take a lot to outdo Mayweather in this boxing game, man. So when they be making those statements, I look past that shit. Like, he just don't want to see nobody do better than him. Like, man, you still riding this blueprint, bro. Like, even if you wasn't with Mayweather, you still be riding the Mayweather blueprint. Mayweather revolutionized the game right now to where everybody want to keep their O and everybody want to be the A side and everybody want to get paid. So let's not even go there. Not saying boxing ain't been like that, built like that, but for this younger generation, if you're coming up in this younger generation, you most definitely a Mayweather fan. Even if you hate him, you're a Mayweather fan.
Yeah, so Davis really, I mean, he's obviously got him that opportunity. Also, like I remember, like brought him over to the UK to fight against what was it, Liam Walsh?
Against Leon Walsh, exactly.
Yeah, I thought was he a mandatory challenger?
Yeah, Leon Walsh
That's
was a mandatory. But the thing was this, like I say, Mayweather hyped that fight by starting it up with the Walsh brothers, coming over there,
yeah.
talking to Frank Warren, hyping up the media. Like, he put
Oh
Davis in a
yeah.
great position, man. In a
No,
damn great position.
yeah, to be honest, if Mayweather wasn't involved, no one really would have given a shit in the
The
UK
fight wouldn't have
about
been there you go.
Davis.
I said that in my video. I said if it wasn't for
Yeah,
Mayweather coming over to the UK making that fight hype as he did, no one would have cared about Javante Davis fighting Leon Walsh.
yeah.
And I
He,
like
and
look,
also,
and let me just say I'm a fan of Javante Davis, man. I really do like the kid. I really want him to do great, man, because he is a kid with great skills, great ability. He got the skills to go down as a great fighter. But it's all about listening, like Mayweather said, man. It's all about listening. Like, you got a belt, you got a couple dollars in your pocket, you getting a little superstardom, you hot, you out there, people acknowledge you, but understand the goal at hand, man. You got to understand if you want to keep all that, listen, man. listen, or if you just want it for a short period of time, continue doing you and fucking off, and we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, and also as well, I'd say like the thing with Mayweather, because obviously Gervonta Davis, because people say, and I do agree with this, he is obviously it's all about him to a certain extent. That's not necessarily a bad thing as a promoter, especially when you've got like young kids like Gervonta Davis. How old is he? I mean, especially when the Liam Walsh fight, he was very young, pretty nervous in front of the camera, not particularly good talker. Do you know what I mean? So to have someone like Floyd
Yeah,
Mayweather, who basically you've got all the media in the UK is like they want to talk to him. He's sort of charismatic. He sort of takes the pressure off you. Everyone wants to sort of talk to him, and by sort of association, they're quite sort of respectful to like Gervonta Davis because he's with him. Do you know what I mean? So it does sort of
but
take like
yeah,
a lot of pressure off him. Do you know what I mean? It's not like going
exactly.
to
The
last
fight,
forever.
exactly.
I personally think it was quite good at that stage. What one thing with Mayweather? Why the fuck does he not promote Badu Jack more than He's
Oh
by
no,
far
listen,
the
he
best
promote
fighter
Badu
got.
Jack. Look, Badu Jack is just a smooth operator, bro. Badu Jack got his fight coming up against uh, Adonis
Stevens,
Stevenson.
that's
You
a
know
great fight.
which Badu Jack will get his money, and it's gonna get promoted. It's gonna get promoted, but it's like Badu Jack in a great position, and Badu Jack is a grateful man, and he ain't worried about nothing because the fight gonna happen, and the paycheck is gonna be 7 figures. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And Badu Jack
yeah.
not worrying about nothing. That fight is gonna sell. It's gonna sell. I forgot what date. Is it? Is it in June? I wonder when that fight happened. I forgot the date of that fight, but it's gonna happen. But right now he got this fight. But trust and believe, he love Badu Jack, man. Like you say, I got two of the best fighters in boxing right now, in Badu Jack and Gervonta Davis. So trust and believe. And when you look at it, Gervonta Davis might be younger and might be the biggest superstar, but Badu Jack is more accomplished. And I promise you, Badu Jack is Mayweather. Besides, I'm gonna say his number one. Yeah, it's number one fighter. I gotta say he is number one fighter. He is number one fighter. You can be the
Yeah,
biggest superstar,
Jack's the
but for
man. Like, if he
yeah,
beat,
Badu Jack is the man.
Adonis Stevenson, this is like, if he beats Adonis
I got him
Stevenson,
beating
then
Adonis Stevenson. I got him beating him.
like, yeah, he probably will, but he's dangerous, Stevenson, isn't he? He's very
Oh,
underrated.
a southpaw with a hell of a punch. And one thing about
Yeah,
Adonis Stevenson that people sleep on is he can box.
yeah, he's
Adonis
very
can box.
underrated.
He good with distance. Yeah, he
People
good
think
with distance and range.
people seem to think that Stevenson is not a bum. They just think that he's a bit of a one-trick pony. But you know what I mean,
Whereas it's just because he ain't been in the
very,
spotlight.
very good at it, and he's got a lot more skill about him than people give him credit for. I mean, he's like 40 years old, isn't he? And he's like, right,
Yeah,
yeah,
he is, but he's not like a Warren Turf 40 year old. Ain't like he been going
no,
through wars. Like when he
no,
beat
potentially
Tavares
slowed down a
Cloud.
bit.
Yeah, when you look at him outbox Tavares Cloud, that was a hell of a performance. And that when he took the belt, like he man, Stevenson knocked out Chad Dawson was a hell of a fighter. So like I said, you cannot sleep on his power. So that's the number one thing. He's not a better boxer, a fundamental boxer than Badu Jack, but I do believe this is the hardest puncher that Badu Jack will ever face. So you got to be mindful of that.
He's
And like I
been
said, Adonis Stevenson is good with range and distance, so he got to be careful.
he was he was knocked out in the first round, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Badu Jack. Yeah.
so
Hold on, both of them was. I think Adonis Stevenson got knocked out in the first round too by Darnell Boone, if I'm not
yeah,
mistaken. And Badu
yeah, he
Jack had
did.
got clipped himself.
I've seen that. Have you seen the video? Because you can't see it anywhere. I saw that on Facebook.
You talking about Adonis Stevenson?
Darnell, but have you seen the Darnell Boone knockout?
Yeah, you talking about Adonis Stevenson?
Yeah,
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 yep,
sparked him.
yep. He knocked him out. Then he came back and beat Darnell Boone though. He revenged that.
Yeah, yeah, but still, obviously, like they both got better since then. I mean, Darnell Boone, I mean, he's probably the most. I wouldn't. Yes, possibly. He's beaten. Didn't he beat Kovalev?
Hell no.
He beat Kovalev. He beat. Or he drew with Kovalev. He got robbed or something. He beat
No.
Stevenson. He basically gave Andre Ward his toughest fight
Yeah,
apart from Kovalev.
he dropped Andre Ward.
Dropped Andre Ward, gave him like probably his hardest fight apart from Kovalev. Got arguably robbed against Kovalev. Knocked out
Yeah, but
Adonis
he didn't.
Stevenson.
Yeah, I think he knocked out. No, I gotta check. 'Cause I know Kovalev got a draw, but I don't think it's against him.
No, I don't know. I know I can't remember the exact thing, but he's basically gave a very, very tough fight to Kovalev. I think he might have even like got robbed in that. I don't know, but he's sort of fought all the
No,
sort of
no,
top people
Donnell Boone got his ass TK'd against Kovalev in the second round.
in a rematch.
That's what
I think that
happened
was
to
in a
him.
rematch. That was a rematch,
No,
wasn't it?
uh-uh. They only fought once. Donnell
Oh, okay.
Boone, that was you know what? I think you're right, though. I think he probably had a split decision or something. Hold on. Let me just go check the damn box record while I'm sitting up here talking. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Because I thought he got knocked out against Cole. Because if he had a split decision or something, I'm on box rec. Box rec. Let me go down. Oh, you're right. He had a split decision.
Yeah.
He had a split
A lot,
decision. You should probably
a lot
say,
of people, a
yeah.
lot of people think he
Okay, then
deserved
he
it.
came back and knocked him out in the second. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. You're right. Yep.
A lot of people think he
Yep. And
deserves
then
to win that.
I just remember the knockout. I don't remember the split. I ain't even see it. I just know his ass got knocked out in the second round.
Well, anyway,
But
should we
yeah.
call it a day? Mate? We've covered everything, I think.
Yeah, we covered everything, man. This was a good one. This was a good one. You know,
Yeah.
until we knock out that boy Joshua, we coming
No,
for you, Joshua.
well, you got to sign a contract first, mate.
Boy, when they fight, my stream is gonna be jumping. I know I'm gonna have at least 5,000 people in my stream.
Yeah.
I know for a fact. Yeah, they gonna make the contract happen, man. Just tell your team over there, quit acting scared, Sean, and get a right offer, and we'll come over there and handle our business like we did with Kell Brook and like we did with Leon Wash.
All right, you tell the baddest man on social media to basically
I
sign a
am
contract
the
back
baddest
up.
man in the heavyweight division. I am the most fluid man. Anthony Joshua, you know, the guy just talk a lot, you know? Like he run his
Showtime.
mouth and he talks too much. So, like, I'm gonna spark him.
Showtime or whoever they're, you know what I mean? They're not going to put up with any more of these,
Yeah,
Spilkers or
we'll see over the
85-year-old
last 2 months.
Ariolas or whoever else he tries to fight. Let's
I
basically,
think
you know what I mean? Get him to sign a contract.
we know why the resume is better than Joshua, man. We know that for a fact. We all know it. We ain't gonna mention it, but we know it, man. But
Yeah,
over the last month though, man, we should get some real progress and really see what direction they gonna go in. What's this, April? By May, we should know what's up with both of
yeah.
them. So
Let's
it
hope
is
so.
what it is. But until then, my brother, great show.
Yeah, man.
Anytime, just hit me up and we can always make it happen.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. Thanks to all the people in the comment section. We've got Sporting Icons, Cali Enigma, Mr. Boxing Today, Fat Apples,
Appreciate y'all, man. Appreciate
all
y'all.
of that. Yeah, Charalambos, Mark, a few other people on there, like earlier, Joey Ocean. Thanks a lot for
And
watching, people.
let me sign off with this, Sean. To the UK people, understand, Monnie loves the UK. I love the UK. Subscribe to Monnie Brown TV. Subscribe to Cheddar Boxing, man. We do this for y'all, man. Even though we might disagree, we don't have to, come meet each other in the middle with knives and guns, man. We can do this with a little wordplay. When it's all said and done, we shake hands until the rematch. You understand?
Yeah,
So
mate.
that's what it is.
Yeah, definitely, mate. I love the America as well. Got big respect for like American boxing. Obviously,
Oh
a
man,
bit of
same here too. Like I say. I always get a
so, yeah.
UK boxer. Like I say, man, Josh Kelly is a star. I don't know why
Yeah.
I'm so big on Josh Kelly, man, but I'm big on him. I really am.
Good performance of him the other day. Yeah, man. All right,
Yeah.
well, yeah, thanks to everyone again for watching. Cheers, Money. Speak to you soon,
All
mate.
right.
Take it
Yep.
easy, bro.